We've got to unpack some announcements and an event that Samsung held this week.
Today.
It was called Samsung. Yeah, it was actually the day that we're recording.
An hour ago.
Samsung Unpacked. So I made a video with my first impressions of all the products. So the Z Flip, the Z Fold, the Watch Ultra, the Buds 3, the Buds 3 Pro, and the Ring. So if you want to check out impressions and first hands-on and looks at any of those things, check out that video. But the event itself was also like, we were watching it this morning, and it struck me as just having so many generic quotes and weird, awkward moments and forced applause that I don't know what's happening with events anymore. It just feels kind of unnecessary.
Investors.
I feel like it turned on. It had their montage in the beginning, which was like this kid skateboarding and with really bad acting all around, where he keeps going to different types of like sports and activities and asking them to play through the translator on his flip.
Yeah.
Every scene of them playing sports felt like the Catwoman basketball scene of just
Iconic scene.
really brutal acting and up close. Like you have to get really close to make it look like they're actually playing the sport.
Where neither the actors or the directors have ever played the sport before.
Exactly. Yeah. Like the basketball scene was like two people dribbling basketballs while like dancing. And then this like up close version of him like hanging on the rim and dunking a basketball.
Or that scene in Camp Rock when the person goes on and plays the DJ set and it's really, really bad. And everyone goes, she's really good. Yeah.
But then after that, we had 25 minutes of just cruising through products, which I loved. Mm-hmm. In 25 minutes, they covered the Ring, both of the watches, and like half of the Fold. And I was like, oh, we're cruising. This is going to be a short event.
And then it was an hour and 15 minutes.
And then Gemini comes up and just all the air gets sucked out of the room. And I just basically fell asleep.
So yeah, they had to do that Galaxy AI section. They showed us the new section at the top of the settings with all the different features, which had some useful stuff. Like in Samsung Notes, you can draw a bunch of stuff and then it'll turn it into real drawings or real art. It'll summarize stuff in the browser if you use Samsung's browser, things like that. I like the generative fill around your image. If you change the horizon line, you get more around what you shot. And it seemed to work pretty well. But yeah, they just kind of have to do the Apple thing, which is we put all of the AI in one place so you know where to find it and it's at the top and you don't forget that it exists. We're an AI company, we swear.
I'm going to look this up now to make sure that I'm right. But in that section, they talked about circle to search. And I swear in the background, they had someone using an S Pen on the front side of a Fold. And I haven't seen anything about that, but we talked about this last week. So
we did.
You guys can keep talking about Gemini, and let me try and find this in the stream pack. In the stream.
But yeah, then we got Gemini. So was the Ring also before Gemini? Like all of the stuff?
Yes, the Ring hardware? And the Watch and like half of the Fold, and then that's how they got into Gemini.
So I guess we can go through each of the products one by one and just give our reactions to those, because I got hands-on time. You've seen the specs and the announcements. So the phones, we'll just start with that.
Okay.
Z Fold 6, Z Flip 6. Very much similar looking to the last year of the Fold 5 and Flip 5. They're both $100 more expensive, though. Mm-hmm. So it's $1099 for the Flip and $1899 for the Fold. And with that, you get a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. You get better cooling, bigger vapor chamber. You get a new ultra-wide camera. And I think it's a slightly larger battery in the Flip as well. So you go from 3,700 to 4,000 milliamp hours, and you get basically all the baseline, like 12 gigs of RAM and the cameras from the S24. So basically S24 interior. And squared off sides, slightly different camera housing, like slight design changes, a little bit of an update to the hinge. Apparently the coating on the folding screen is slightly different. It's like a little bit thicker, which allowed them, or it's more durable, which allowed them to remove some layers. I don't know how that's going to work over time, but yeah, basically they look very similar to last year's phones, aesthetically anyway.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
I kind of think that at this point, the Razr is a lot cooler than the Flip, in my professional opinion.
Is this aesthetically or like overall?
Both, because the Flip still isn't like a full screen display.
True.
It's like kind of got that weird like cutout.
I didn't notice it as much until they like had it up on the screen and then a bunch of screens behind what it all could do, and it looks like the folder as like a Mac icon.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I don't know. I like that the Razr, the new Razr especially, is like full screen, and the new Razr also has this really cool feature where this is just silly, but if you open it halfway, it opens up the camera and it enables like this camcorder mode.
Yeah.
And then you can like zoom in and out by
I think
moving
Samsung did exactly the same thing.
Did they really?
I think so. Yeah. I might have to double check that, but I think that they also did that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, I think that a Razr is cooler than the Flip because the Flip kind of just feels at this point like it's the absolute default version of a clamshell foldable phone.
That's probably their goal.
Yeah, I mean, every Samsung phone at this point is the most boring, default, safest version of an Android phone in any given form factor. Mm-hmm. Same with the Fold. Like the OnePlus Open is a cooler phone.
But I guess the Razr is interesting because it costs less.
Yeah.
Like the Razr Plus, I think, is $1,000, and then the Razr is $650.
Yeah.
So
this is now $1,100.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting.
It is Samsung, and the build quality is really good, and everything about it is good. It's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt real quick? Mm-hmm. I found the part I was talking about. Does this, I can't tell what phone this is, but does that not look like using an S Pen on the front
it does
of a
to
Galaxy
me.
Fold?
It does to me.
Looks like it's pretty narrow.
I saw nothing about it.
And they didn't say anything about it.
No, this was just in the background of when they were starting to talk about Circle to Search.
Interesting.
I can't tell. We'll have to test it. It would be awesome if they added this because we just talked about this last week about how nice this would be.
Yeah.
But that might be, can you use the S Pen on the Flip interior screen?
I don't think so.
Don't think so.
Is that a S24 Ultra? It's cropped in so weird. I can't totally tell. And it's like with a person with gloves on. So they're covering over.
I guess we'll test it. We'll
Yeah.
test it and see.
We'll find that out.
Yeah. So what are the interesting updates this year to the foldables?
That's basically it. I mean, so the Flip has that battery bump, I think, is probably the most substantial hardware change for people.
37 to 5,000?
37 to 4,000.
37 to 4,000.
And obviously the new chip and like the NPU, which does all the AI stuff. And then the Fold, it's like, a lot of subtle improvements with that one.
But there are new AI features,
stuff is
right?
The AI features is most of the new stuff. So yeah, if you plan on using summarization or having it write emails for you or sketch things
David's
for you.
favorite.
It can do all the stuff now, and it's all at the top, and you can just play with that settings toolbox.
The video like creator segment they did for the like sketching and AI image generating thing was painful. It was, you missed this, so I'm going to explain it to you because you are going to
I was driving to work.
You're going to hate this.
Oh no.
It's a creator who I'm not exactly sure who he was, is basically parked out on this like mountainside in the dark looking at the Milky Way galaxy and like the stars.
Okay.
And so he's using that as inspiration for what he's going to draw. So he takes a photo of the stars and he draws a constellation, and then that constellation kind of looks like the Eiffel Tower. So then he decides to enter in the Eiffel Tower into a like AI image generation studio and creates like an AI image of the Eiffel Tower. And that was the inspiration from the beautiful Milky Way galaxy in the dark, beautiful outdoors.
What?
Wait, so he never drew anything?
No, he did though later cut himself out with AI and drag a photo of himself into the fake AI image Eiffel Tower.
Wow.
That's pretty sweet.
Be so popular. Everyone's going to use this.
It's not a Samsung event without like a pretty brutal creator getting like thrown to the dogs in the middle
Yeah,
of
but they got
the
paid
event.
a lot of money, so you can't really feel that sorry for them.
Yeah, I
That
guess.
other creator too that they had there, Sydney Sweeney.
Who's that?
Sorry.
Who is she again? She's an actress, right?
creator.
Extremely popular actress right now.
She's created some things.
What's she in?
She was on Hot
Euphoria.
Ones.
She
Euphoria?
Yeah.
Hot ones.
Is Euphoria
on
still
Hot Ones.
happening?
Either way, she's in a lot of different things. She's extremely popular.
they
and
like
they
made an
bas-
AI image of her or something.
and then we're like, what do you think? And she was like, neat.
That's so cool. She moved on.
Nice.
Yeah, that happened as well.
She was in
The-
Madam Web.
Weird event, man.
I haven't seen it.
What was the boardroom meeting like when they decided we're going to have her sit in the front row and then we're just going to cut to a camera reaction of her going, cool. And then the crowd's going to clap.
It was no more than 20 seconds, I feel like.
I
was
really,
really tough.
hope
was
they
pretty
paid her a lot of money.
Can I say one AI thing
No.
that I did like?
Okay.
There was, and this is like so simple, but it was like instant slow-mo on videos where if you take a video and you're watching it back, you just hold the screen and it'll slow-mo where you're holding the screen. Because right now the current slow-mo mode on everything is so annoying when it like decides where the slow-mo wants to be itself.
Yeah.
Most of the time gives it way too much time. So you're trying to do something like a golf form check and it will start slow-moing before you make any movement for like 20 seconds.
Wait, I think you might have that feature on your phone.
Really?
Because I think I already have that feature.
Let's go.
Yeah, it
I did
says-
not know
There's an
about
article. Instant slow mo is one of my favorite Galaxy S24 features.
It's
I remember when this came out on the S24, and I think some people were testing it, and it kind of makes weird like
Adds frames.
artifacts.
Oh, yeah, that's from January.
Yeah, because it's adding frames and it's making up frames. So I remember seeing some stuff about there being weird artifacting,
Okay.
and, like morphing in some instances.
So I guess that's the issue is it's not doing the slow-mo video. It's doing it to regular video.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
annoying. I'd wish just I took the high frame rate video and
Yeah.
then I got to do that later because dragging the little things is so annoying every time.
Yeah. Okay. What other AI features can we dunk on?
Honestly, that's kind of most of the AI stuff. I mean, circle to search is the one that by far most people use.
The best one.
And it's the best one, and it's still really good.
Yeah.
So
There's like translation stuff and how you can use it with the flip screen. So like you can see it on one side and they can see it on the other side.
yeah,
Cool.
One-way live translate. What's that?
you're just like eavesdropping on people speaking another language, basically.
Nice.
Sweet.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, right?
Marques, is the fold still narrow?
The Fold outside screen is about 2 millimeters wider than before. It is definitely still narrow.
I thought they said it was taller.
I'm also after the dinner
I
I had
think
last night.
all of the bezels are smaller, and so yeah, it probably is a tiny bit taller. But I think
Okay.
they told me like, oh, yeah, 2 millimeters wider. Like we're trying to make it more usable. But I typed on it; it's very much still a narrow screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching that clip. If you watch the whole podcasting, you know we have the devices in hand now, and I just want to know which one we should review first. So let us know. Look at how shiny it is.
Watch Ultra is
Watch
my vote.
Ultra.
the
Look how
ring.
titanium looking this one is. It looks different from the old
That-
titanium.
That is a nice color. It almost looks purple.
Yeah.
I don't know how you got. It looks silver to me.
Looks like me when I hold my breath for
It
a long
looks
time.
red.
Okay.
It looks like the subscribe button.
Wow.
There we
Click that. Thanks for watching.
You know the Galaxy AI logo is all sparkles? That's what happens when you hit the subscribe button too. There's a bunch of sparkles.
Nice.
try it.
It's true.